Hey guys, my name's Wes and you're watching Wes Nichols TV, and today I'm doing something just a little bit different. You know, occasionally I do a vlog or something else, it's not a review. This isn't a vlog even though there's no green screen behind me and I'm not talking to somebody else to do a podcast type thing. This is just me talking to you guys. I just got home from work about an hour ago, and the first thing I really saw when I got home was that Wes Craven had passed away. And I know a lot of you guys probably already saw this. We all kind of live in that blogosphere, that movie world type thing where we pay attention to this kind of stuff. And this is the first time in a while that hearing somebody passed away from the movie world has really hit me. I think the last time was Robin Williams. But Wes Craven, though I never met him in person, I never met somebody who had met him in person. As far as physical, like, in this giant world, I had nothing to do with Wes Craven, he had nothing to do with me. But at the same time, through his creative works, he changed my life. My favorite genre is horror. If you could stack up an Oscar-level drama, a laugh-out-loud comedy, or like a semi-decent but scares you horror film, I'm probably going to watch the horror film. Even if it's not as good as the other ones, just because growing up, my dad watched horror movies with me. That was our thing. And one of our favorite directors to watch, the one that he consistently would bring back and show me movies again, was Wes Craven. I mean, I remember the first time I watched The Last House on the Left, or The Hills Have Eyes gave me nightmares forever. I mean, I'd go on road trips and just like imagine like getting stuck out there, and oh my goodness, like, speaking of nightmares, Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, this guy basically, like, in my mind, Nightmare on Elm Street is what I think of when I think of franchise horror. It doesn't get any bigger than Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, yes, you have the other big names from that time period, but Freddy is the top of the line when it comes down to he's your franchise villain. He is the guy. It's my dog in the background. Scream. Scream is years. I mean, his whole, like, his claim to real fame, franchise-wise, has already kind of passed, and people are making jokes of these. Freddy Krueger isn't scary anymore. Now he is a joke. He's a comedy act. And he comes out with Scream with Kevin Williamson, and man, he reinvented the game again. He started a whole other, like, he rebuilt up the slasher genre. And if you've been following my podcast at all, the first podcast, you know it's something I've been wanting to see more of, is the slasher genre. I can watch Scream once a month. I do watch Scream regularly. The first Scream is amazing. The second Scream is also really fun. It's like third Scream is okay to me. But I like the fourth. And I don't even mind the TV series. I find for what it is on MTV, it's a fairly good TV series. It's, you know, nothing critically amazing, but it's fun to watch. And it has a lot of what Wes Craven did to, you know, make the original movies fun. It's just, I find the stretching out of it. I want to talk more about that. I'm going to do a review of that next week because the season finale is upcoming. And then I might do a season thing for season 2 as well. But that's a different subject. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Cursed is this movie he did in like mid-2000s. And it was like Christina Ricci and I think Jesse Eisenberg like was one of his earlier roles. And it's not a very good movie. It's pretty laughably bad. But it's likable. It's enjoyable to watch. And it's something that you put it in the hands of a lot of other directors. And I don't even think it has that. But Wes Craven can make you kind of get attached to the leads. And you can kind of like, yeah, I could totally see myself in their shoes. And the great directors that can do that. The great writers, they can do that. I know that I don't believe he didn't write that. I think it was also Kevin Williamson, but they were such a great team. And he had projects in the works. I believe he was going to be doing a series. He was working with a bunch of producing things for different TV. And horror, if you've noticed the last few years, has really transferred over to TV. And so while we weren't seeing great horror movies in the theaters anymore, we were seeing a lot of great horror series on television, which was amazing. And I was really excited to see what he could do with that kind of stuff. And we never get to see that now. We get like a couple, maybe he wrote some stuff, he had some ideas, but we're never going to get to see his vision of what he wanted with these. And that's a shame. Another movie, My Soul to Take, okay? So My Soul to Take was, well, again, not a great horror film, but for me, it's like that, for what, the late 2000s, like almost 2010-ish, that was one of my favorite horror films. I liked it more than the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I liked it more than the Friday the 13th remake. I thought this tiny little horror film had so much potential to be a really good series, a really good franchise that just didn't get, I guess, what it needed to get. It's the film that actually inspired me to write my first screenplay. And well, I never finished it, and it wasn't very good. I was like 17, and this was like, I want to do this. I want to be in movies. I want to act in them, and I want to write horror. I want to be involved in that scene. And then, like I said, I come home tonight, and brain cancer. I didn't even know he had brain cancer. We lost something today, guys. We lost something. And now we have to hope that that next generation of horror filmmakers can really kind of like look at what he did, because he's not gone. He inspired a lot more than just me, a lot more talented people than me. And I think that in 50 years we're going to be watching some horror movie, and it's not a remake, and it's not a reboot, and it's not a sequel. And we're going to be seeing Wes Cravenisms. And they'll be noticeable. And you're going to say, this guy knew the classics. Because they'll be classics at that point. Shoot, you look at his earlier films, they already are classics. And you can already see people who are so inspired by him today. I mean, while I don't think he's the greatest horror director, but sometimes you can see it in like Rob Zombie's films, like some of the subtleties. But I'm already at 7 minutes. I just want to talk to you guys about it. I want to hear what you think about the passing. What was his favorite movie? What was your favorite movie of his that he made, wrote, directed, produced, cameoed in? Like, what will you remember about Wes Craven? And what do you think this does to the future of horror? Because I think he had more in him. I think that we could have even seen another franchise or two out of him. The guy had spanned 40 years of franchises already. What was to stop him from doing 50 or 60? Anyways, my name's Wes Nichols, and you're watching Wes Nichols TV. Have a good night, guys. Bye.